Hi guys, hope you're well. I don't know if you can hear from my voice yet again. This is going to be a recurring thing, I think, is I'm still ill. I just like wake up and then I still feel sick. My throat is literally on fire. I just don't want to take antibiotics. I'm just being really stubborn about it. So you guys are just going to have to bear with me and my croaky voice for a few more videos, I think. And then fingers crossed, somehow, somewhere it will get better. But I'm here today in my bedroom, which I know I don't film in a lot, but when I do, I absolutely love. And I just want to do a sit down, chill, like I don't even have my lights on. I'm using all my natural light because I love the light in this bedroom. And we're doing a Q&A because I just feel like it's 2018. We need to like reminisce about 2017 and just generally what my new things for 2018 are, my goals. There's so many good questions that you guys asked. So I'm just going to go through and basically answer them. I have some from my last video on YouTube, and I also have some from a Instagram post that I posted on my story, which you guys, I'm such a novice, like I need to get better at that. I've had a lot of job questions, a lot, and I'm probably just going to start off with this one because I feel like anyone who associates with me just sees me as like one of the only girls on YouTube with a job. You guys have been through everything with me from the start. I was at college, I went to university, and then I like studied for another year, and then now I'm working in a big girl job. I have big girl responsibilities. It's a lot, and I just feel like this is probably not a good time for me to start filming this video because during that time of the month as well, and I'm such an emotional person. But I want this video to be candid. I want this video to be real. I want this video to be me. Why am I getting emotional? I think I'm just emotional. I'll go through everything with you guys. But I know YouTube is meant to be a happy-go-lucky, like amazing, everything's great kind of place, and it is. And I want my channel to be positive and happy, and you know, we talk about great things, but I also need to talk about the struggles, and I have struggled a lot. I'm someone who puts a lot of pressure on myself. I'm very motivated. I care a lot about things. I can't really put too much of a negative on it. I'm a very caring person. When I care about something or someone, I want to do my best. I give 100%. Like I'm like that, but I put so much. And like I said, this is why I don't want to, like, I've bloody just started this video and I'm already getting emotional, but I put so much pressure on myself, and I like rip myself apart going, what could I have done better? What could I have not done better? Or what could I have done, you know, like how could I have improved? In the field that I'm in, you guys know, like I'm sure I talk about it so much, and I feel like even I'm sick of saying it, but I'm a pharmacist. And I think the hard thing is that pharmacy, like there's a lot of talk about pharmacy in the UK at the moment in general anyway, and I just feel like the hard thing about my job personally is that people don't know what a pharmacist does, and that in itself is a struggle. When you go to the doctor, when you go to a nurse, everyone knows like a nurse, what a nurse is, everyone knows what a doctor is, but I think no one really understands what we do, what I studied for, like what goes on in like my work day-to-day life. And it's something that I find really hard with my job, is trying to like almost try and make people understand in a 2-minute conversation what I do and what I've studied for and like gone to uni for. Like every prescription I get and I have to fulfill, to me that's like my mum, my dad, my sister, my grandma, and it's such a like good thing to obviously have, but it's also hard because I get so involved, and it's almost like being a vet and having like dogs and cats stay at your like vet place and like doting on them so much. Like I'm very like, I get like that, and it's like it's a lot for the brain is what I'm trying to say. And I would say I'm in a really weird place in my life. I feel like I'm super stagnant at the moment. I just don't know what's really going on. I feel like I was a student, I did college, and then I had the motivation to then go, okay, I have to go to uni. Then after uni, I was like, okay, I have to go to do my little 1-year placement thing. And then after the 1-year placement thing, I was like, I have to be qualified. And then after that, I was like, okay, I want to buy property. So I feel like in the space of 5 years, I've had something to work towards, like all those 5 years. And I feel like right now at the second, and especially at the end of 2017, I've been going through a really weird space where I just feel stagnant, and there is no other way to describe it. I'm one of those people, I feel like I'm constantly on the go. Like if it wasn't studying, then it was working, and then if it wasn't that, it was saving for this place. And now that I've achieved those, yes, although I'm proud of myself and probably not as proud as I probably should be. Also, if you hear weird music, I think someone's got like a car outside and they're playing like stupidly loud music, so I'm sorry about that. I feel like right now I'm just in this place where I'm like, plateaued, and I just don't like it, and it's making me feel uneasy, and I feel like I just need like to dip my toes into something else. And I have a few things coming up, but I do need to be qualified for 2 years. Basically, I want to be an independent prescriber. Like that's like the goal, really next step for me, and you have to be qualified for 2 years, which to be thinking that I'm going to be qualified for nearly 2 years is just crazy. But another few courses that I want to do, but they're quite expensive when you put it all together, so I'm saving for those. But you know, because maybe I don't have them like booked yet because I can't, and that kind of thing, I feel like I don't have anything to almost grip my teeth into, and it makes me feel on edge. And I don't know if anyone else has that kind of feeling when it comes to work or life, when you're just kind of like, okay. But that's kind of why I'm glad I have this platform, is because obviously my YouTube still keeps me going, but also sometimes when I lose motivation with that, then I start to feel really like uneasy, because I'm like, okay, I really want to film, but for whatever reason this isn't working today, or this isn't working today, and it just makes me feel super duper uneasy. And then I start to feel put too much pressure on myself again, and it's just this like never-ending circle. I also don't want anyone to think that I'm sitting here and going like, I hate pharmacy, like I hate it. I don't hate it, I just, maybe I'm not in the right place for me, and that's okay. But with jobs, especially like I said, like a sector like mine, you can do so many different things. You don't have to rely on doing one sector. You can always move on to doing different things. It's not, I'm not sitting here going, oh my god, like I studied for 5 years and like I hate it. No, it's just about waiting and being patient and saving my money to do different courses, to look into other sectors, of doing different things. And when I'm able to do them, you guys know me, when I put something in my head, I'm gonna do it. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm really focusing on this year, is about trying to figure out how I can get off this like stagnant boat thing that I'm on at the moment. I like this question. So we're the same age. I was wondering how you feel about having a home and career so young. Do you feel like you've missed out in carefree aspects? Oh my god, I'm gonna get emotional. Of being in our early 20s. Do you have a desire to travel? Love you loads, beautiful. This is something else that I feel like I've started to really think about, and that I again homes in on the whole responsibility thing. I have grown up really quickly, and like honestly, you guys watched 10 to 20 minute videos of me, and throughout the years, like it's been about 7 years I've been on YouTube. I grew up really young, and I think it's starting to hit me now how I have really done it all quite quickly. And I think that all does tie into that stagnant feeling that I need to try and like get out of at the moment. Like I see so many people my age and a bit younger who like have gone traveling. Like you guys, I don't know if you know, like I do travel consultations, and like I have people come in and they go on these amazing trips, and I'm sitting there like going, I could never ever do that. Like it's just not in my personality. But maybe it's because I never gave myself that push to go and do something like that, to go out of my comfort zone. And although I'm so like proud of myself, and probably I'm not proud of myself enough, I don't give myself enough credit, it's just kind of how it happened, and it's like I had no control in it. And maybe this is another reason I wanted this video to be maybe a bit more candid than my other ones, like I don't know, getting emotional, but maybe being a child of divorce, I had to like, okay, I had to realize really quickly that as a woman, sometimes you have to rely on yourself. And like, I don't have kids, I'm, you know, like I'm not married or anything, but I never, ever want to have to rely on not only a man but anyone else for anything. And I think it's such a like weird thing that has been instilled in me from such a young age. But I have this like inbuilt thing inside me that like I can't rely on someone else. It has to be me. And maybe that's another thing that ties into my work life, is like when I give other people all my stuff to do, or I have to, you know, micromanage everyone, it's a hard thing for me to grasp, because I'm such a like independent person, and I always feel like, no, I have to do it. Why should I have to give my stuff to someone else? Even when I have to say to someone like, could you make this phone call for me please, because I'm dealing with this. Like for me, I don't like doing that. I don't like passing on my stuff to other people. And maybe it is that whole thing inbuilt in me that it's me, myself and I can only really provide and do things for myself. And I think that's what made me grow up so quickly, is that I don't ever want to have to rely on friends. I don't want to have to rely on a guy. I don't want to have to rely on anything like that. Yeah, obviously my mum is like my biggest emotional support system, and that's probably like a big thing in my life that if I didn't have, I don't know what I would do. But in terms of like financially and stuff, especially, like I said, work-wise, having a stable job, I've always been really funny about it. And I can remember being like 15, 14 going, no, I have to have a job. I want to like have my own place. I don't want to have to rely on a guy. I don't ever want to have to be in a position, for example, that my mum was in, or struggling, or having to think about money, or, you know, struggling thinking like, how are we going to do Christmas this year, or how are we going to provide this? Like, I don't want to have those worries, and I want to be independent. And it's almost something that I don't know where it came from. So yes, I do think I grew up very, very quickly, and I wouldn't be able to say I regret it because I don't know any different, but I don't get jealous of people because I'm just not a jealous person. I think jealousy is one of the most disgusting traits in human nature. I just think it's just a vile, vile thing, and I honestly, I don't get jealous, but I almost feel like envy is a nicer way of saying jealous. I'm envious of people who have been able to just like go on gap years, or, you know, travel or do whatever, because it's almost like that was never a thing for me. It's never something I would have ever have looked into doing. And I'm proud of myself, but I think 2018 I need to be prouder of myself. This was probably like the wrong day to film this. My mum's leaving, my mum's going to Iran for a couple of weeks, and I'm just like an emotional wreck. Am I even going to put this video up? Yeah, I'm a bit of an emotional wreck because, like I said, she's like my emotional rock. And Iran isn't the easiest country like to get a hold of and stuff, although it's gotten better. I just hold myself accountable all the time for everything I do, and yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't know where it came from. I wish I could say that I was carefree and I had a really carefree childhood and stuff, but I kind of don't think I did. And I want to give my kids that. Like, when I do have a family, and emphasis on the word when, I do want to give them that. I want to give them the carefree childhood that I think I just didn't get a chance to have. I have a great life. Like I said, I'm so lucky. I have a job, I have a roof over my head, you know, I'm sensible, I'm responsible, but I wouldn't say I'm carefree. I'm far from it. I also get always a lot of questions about how I balance my life. So like, how do I balance YouTube? How do I balance like my work life? How do I balance friends? And it's probably, like I said, that also comes into it. I wouldn't say I have an amazing work-life balance, because with YouTube, it's kind of like a 24/7 thing. When you're self-employed, you work for yourself, and it's another thing that I need to stop doing in 2018. Like, sometimes, guys, even like in the last week or so, I filmed like 3 videos and I hated them all. I hated them. When you are so, like I said, hard on yourself like I am, it becomes like this like thing where you just start second guessing everything. That's why when I film, I try and put up the video there and then, because otherwise if I start to look at it and overanalyze it, I just won't put it up. And it's just one of those things with balancing 2 jobs. Technically, it's a hard thing to balance, and my friends probably know that I'm not the best at balancing, but I try. Because of that whole stagnant feeling that I described, it's been weird for me, because I feel like if I'm so stagnant, I need to push myself, and then I start isolating myself because I'm like, no, I need to work, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm honestly, guys, I am probably one of the most like hard person on myself people you'll ever meet. I'm really self-critical. It's such a bad thing. If you're like me, don't be like me, is what I'm trying to say. Like, maybe I need to start just kind of like going, no, do you know what, Barbs? You've done all right. Instead of sitting there and overanalyzing everything with my mum, which I normally do, maybe I just need to sit there and go, do you know what, you're fine. And that you did good. Like, you did a good job today. Like, it's fine. Yeah, also I'm probably gonna get loads of questions on my phone case. So many people, even like at my work and stuff, ask me about it and think it's really cute, but it says favorite child on it, and it's from that brand Skinny Dip, and I don't actually think I'm my favorite child. If my sister's watching this, I love you, and no, it's just I really love the colors of it and the calligraphy and stuff. So don't think I'm the favorite child. I hope you guys are understanding that I don't want to put a dampener on this video. Like, I'm honestly so glad it's a new year and stuff, but sometimes I think we need to talk about the hard stuff. And lots of people ask, do you have a workout routine or fitness tips? My diet is absolutely appalling sometimes. I'm bad with my diet. Because I'm like such a stress head, I do skip meals sometimes, which I don't condone at all. Please don't do that. I'm getting slightly better at it, but I think I've touched upon this in the past. I do have some like gastrointestinal problems sometimes. Like, I deal a lot with like super painful bloating, and it's basically induced by stress. And I think that's another thing, like, why I need to stop being such a stress head. It's because I need to start having a better relationship with my food, because in being so stressed all the time, sometimes my stomach hurts so bad. And I know this is such a common thing, especially in people my age. I'm sure so many of you guys down below are going to tell me that you suffer with a similar thing, because I see it all the time. Lots of people were asking me as well, what are my mother tongues? Can I speak any languages? So yes, I do speak Italian, and yes, I do speak Iranian, because I'm both halves. I've said this in so many videos, but if you're new, yes. So I speak Iranian and I speak Italian. So I don't know, I've never done this in like a video before, but I feel like I need to kind of like, what's it called, make this video a bit happier. Mi chiamo Barbara, ero nata a Terni. If anyone knows Terni, I was born somewhere called Terni. Siamo venuti in Inghilterra quando avevo 7 anni. So I moved to the UK when I was 7, and I think that's all I'm gonna say because I'm super shy. And then my Iranian is just as appalling. Everyone tells me I've got a really English accent when I speak Italian and when I speak Iranian. So I speak really like, when you learn a different language, like, and obviously I haven't lived in Italy for God knows how many years, and I've never ever have lived in Iran, so I've only really ever learned Iranian off hearing everyone else, but I'm not gonna have like a perfect accent. So salam, ism man Barbara hast. So hi, my name's Barbara. I get really shy, especially my Iranian. It's so like funny, but yeah, so I do speak both languages. My Italian is definitely better than my Iranian. I can't write Iranian, which I'm quite sad about, but my mum did make me and my sister both go to Iranian and Italian school. I did do my Italian AS level, so I did GCSE and AS level, but I didn't do any Iranian stuff. But my sister did her GCSE in Iranian, and she definitely did Italian as well. So yeah, I don't know, I'm shy about it, but you guys know I am really proud about being able to speak other languages, and my kids, God help them, are going to be going to Iranian and Italian school and whatever else school they're going to go to. Someone asked me, do I still love Drake like the good old days? If you guys go back, please don't go back. Don't go back. But if you go back and watch my old videos, when I still lived at my mum's house and I hadn't done my room up, I used to film with like a big Drake poster like behind my background, like behind where I was filming. So I used to be like famous for liking Drake. I'd made that very obvious. And then she also asks, when do I want to get married? Guys, I'm not putting a number on anything. Like, I still can't get over I can't get over the fact that I'm going to be 25 this year, and I'm in a really good place. I had lots of like, am I seeing anyone kind of romantic questions, and I am still, if you guys watch my boy talk video, which if you guys want another one, please let me know down below. Like, comment down below you want a boy talk video, because I love, everyone knows this, like everyone knows this about me at work. The sun just came in. I love my bedroom. I get so much light in here, it makes me so happy. But sun, you need to leave. I'm really going to be good this year. Last year, I'm sure you guys know, like, I had quite a hard time with relationships. I was yo-yoing and stuff. Like, it was just, I wasn't like being healthy with my relationships. And I did talk about, in my boy talk video, like, I still don't feel 100% about myself. And I still feel like, if I don't feel 100% about myself, how am I gonna give like myself 100% to someone else? And it's one of those things where it's like, if I don't feel right about it, I'm not gonna like bother with it. So I am like, I wouldn't say my relationship status is complicated. Actually, my relationship status for once is very clear. But I'm just kind of like having fun and stuff and hanging out and seeing how things go. I'm not stressing over them. Not that I would normally stress over them, but I've always been very like, when I've met a guy, I'm always like quite gun-ho into things. And I think this year I'm gonna try and be a bit more going with my head rather than my heart all the time. Because it's got me in trouble in the past. And so yeah, I'm just kind of like there's a smile on my face. Like, I'm happy, I'm not stressed about things, and I still, like I said, I just feel like I need to work on myself, but he's out there somewhere. I'm sure you guys are going to be so happy for me when it happens. Do I plan to travel in the next couple of years, like say to the US or Canada? So I've been to New York before, but those places are expensive. You guys, like I said in a little bit like further before, I'm saving this year. Essentially this year is my big saving year, so I was saving for a house last year, and now I'm saving for, like I said, I want to do some courses this year. Barb's is going to be saving some more. I feel like it's never ending, like my saving spree. I definitely do want to go on holiday, and I need a summer holiday. I'm gonna go on to my Instagram questions now and see what people have asked. This girl was cute. So the older I get, the more I realize that nobody has their together. How do you appear to be so organized and adult-like? I think my little breakdown at the beginning of this video shows that maybe deep down I'm not so adult-like, and like I have my own thing, but I think, as I touched upon in that bit at the beginning, it's just I had to grow up really fast, and it just wasn't really, it's almost like it was always embedded in me to just be like that. I'm a crier. We had a basically like I said, I cover different stores where I work and stuff, so I'm not always in the same place, but recently I've been covering a store where people seem to be leaving left, right and center all the time. So we had a leaving party for a couple of people that left, and one of the new girls who's working with me, she was like, the second day I started, Barbara was crying. So if that tells you anything about me, I'm such an emotional wreck. Like, I'm a crier. Crying, honestly, it's like, if I cry, it's like I get something almost out of me and it makes me feel better. So don't look at me and be fooled like I do have my shit together all the time. You know, I stay on top of things, I'm organized, like I'm money conscious and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just so normal. Like I have my struggles, like I cry about boys, I cry about friends, and yeah. This is another question, thinking of changing your hair up. Oh guys, I really do want to do something different with my hair. Look how long it is, guys. Like, look at this. It is so long, and this is freshly washed, and you guys know how I feel about freshly washed hair. You guys are gonna laugh at me, please, like if you want to laugh, but the other day I was so sick of my hair, and I do need to get it cut, and I have booked somewhere, but it's really expensive. But I'm just like, do I really want to spend like £300–400 on getting my hair done? Because I am really fussy, that's the only thing, and I do want to do something slightly different, but I'm just like, oh my god, like it's so expensive. So yes, like the other day I just went and hacked off the front bits of my hair myself. So I don't know if you guys can tell, I've made myself like a little, not fringe, but I've just sort of trimmed my little front pieces because they were just getting so long and annoying. So if my front bits look uneven and like weird, it's because they did, because I did it with my kitchen scissors and I didn't measure them, and I just kind of went like actually I didn't go like that, I went like this. So don't do that at home, but I do feel a little bit fresher because I was just feeling like, oh my god, like I hate my hair. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I definitely want to keep the length, but we're definitely gonna probably have to cut this much off. It's like dead, and I did want to get it lighter, but I'm kind of thinking, do I want to keep it darker? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think I should do? I love the blonde, but the upkeep is just next level. I might just go for a balayage thing again because my balayage is kind of diminishing. So yeah, what do you guys think I should do? But I'm loving my length. I wouldn't get rid of my length. I'm happy with the length. I said length like 8 times. How do you deal with not having a lot of friends or friends that you've grown apart from? Do you see it as a positive thing? How do you move on from it? I've told you guys, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a best friend. Yeah, basically, I can only really put down also my friendships to the fact that, guys, I've moved a lot. I'm not one of those people who's lived in one place a lot. I moved here when I was 7 years old, so all my old school friends, like my childhood friends, are back in Italy. So obviously I didn't grow up with anyone. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna start getting emotional again. When I came here to the UK, I couldn't speak a word of English properly. You know, I could say some things, but I was 7. Like, what are you gonna learn at 7 years old in an English class? Like, hello, how are you? So that obviously came into it. Then when we moved here, obviously my parents were going through their divorce and stuff, which, honestly guys, it's such a weird thing. I've said this before, like to my mum, I can't even, maybe because of the age I was, I can't even remember the cross between the like divorce. I can't even remember a gap or like the whole thing. It's such a weird thing. But anyway, we moved schools. I think I moved schools, like primary schools, like 2 or 3 times. I want to say 2. I think my sister might be 3. And then in terms of high school, I did go to one high school, and then I went to college, but I've had a lot of people burn me. I've said this in other videos before. I've been burnt. Like, this is another reason probably I grew up quickly. I've been burnt by friends, like burnt. I've had friends do like weird stuff behind my back, and I've found out about it, like especially mostly to do with boys. And it's just so, when you're burnt, and you're just, like I've said before, like stabbed, it's just like, hypothetically, you just get to a point where you're just like, oh, you're so sick of it. I just get sick of it. And I think when I was younger, I think when I had my last best friend, I would say I had a best friend in uni, at the beginning of uni. After that, I was just like, do you know what? I'm sick of this best friend thing. Like, it obviously doesn't really exist for me. It's not in the cards for me. And it's a sad thing to come into terms with, because I am actually one of those people who's a one friend kind of gal. Like, I love having a best friend. I used to love, like, you know, I'm like I said, I'm a devoted person. I'm such a, like, when I give my all. Like, I love, but it's kind of, you just get to a point where you're just like, no thank you. Like, I don't want to be treated or like a doormat, or yeah, like having to think like you're talking behind my back. Like, I've had girls do weird things, where they're talking behind my back about me on social media and stuff to people, and it's just like, and I later found out, and you're just like, wow, that's my best friend, like my ride or die best friend. And I've had it happen to me more than a couple of times. I was in a friendship group more in secondary school, I think, and yeah, it's hard. I always found it hard being in a big group of girls. I quite more like being in a smaller group, because I just feel like you're more, I don't know, it's not, I prefer it. Maybe it's my personality. I'm a Pisces, I don't know. I like that maybe more one-on-one kind of love thing. So I've got friends, but I'd say I'm at an age maybe now as well. I'm sure not everyone's like this, but I have friends for different things. So like, I've got my work friends, then I've got like my YouTube girly friends, then I've got like, you know, it's different things for different, like I've got family friends, and then I've got this. I don't have a best friend. I don't have like my one ride or die who I text every single day. And my best friend is my mum, and it's not something that I'm sad about or anything. Like, if I didn't have her, I don't know what I would do. So it's one of those things. It's not something that I'm like super sad about. I have guy friends also, like I've got yeah, so it's one of those things. It's just about life. This is life for me. This is how it was meant to be. I am content with my own company as well, and the friends that I do have are good girls, and that's the thing. I don't want people around me who are toxic or do weird, like shady stuff, or just behave weird in general. I'd rather just like good, honest people who are normal, who we all appreciate that we're all busy, we all have our own stuff going on, and when we come back together, it's like we were together the day before. I might end on this question, because I just thought it was nice. She's messaged me and said quite a few things, and it's really nice. She's so cute. She says, what are some things about yourself other people might find odd, habits and quirks? Like I said, probably the fact that I cry a lot. Also, I'm quite a morning person. Like, my mornings are like my little time. So I love the whole like getting up in the morning for work, doing my makeup, having my cup of green tea, watching, lots of you guys were asking me in my last video how I watch The Hills and those kind of TV shows. There's an app called Hayu. It's called Hayu, and you pay subscription monthly, and you can watch things like Housewives, The Hills, and I put on something like that, or YouTube, and I do my makeup, I get ready for work, and it's just, I'm such a like, I don't like to rush person, so I am the kind of person that would get up that half an hour extra in the morning early to have my zen time in the morning, even if it's not necessarily to do my makeup, just to like zen. It's almost like I need to wake up. I don't know if anyone else has that. I don't even drink coffee or anything, but I like that morning cup of tea and just time for myself, like my own little me time. And probably also like my showers at night. I'm always like, I have to have a shower. I have to have a shower before I go to bed. It's just my little ritual. I don't really know what other habits and quirks I have, to be honest. It's something probably I'd have to ask like my family and friends. Probably that I'm just a psycho, like running around, like I said, like a headless chicken. and that I'm just a super psycho caring person. That's probably my little quirk. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I love you guys so, so much. I hope you guys take care of yourselves and you guys look after me in my 2 weeks when my mum's gone. I need you guys' support because my mummy bear is gone, but I hope you guys are all doing really well. I love you guys so, so much. Take care of yourselves.